Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
We're back here on Rutherford Issues, and we're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, the kids waiting on Santa, just a week away, kids. The house is wrapped in lights. MTE keeps those Christmas memories glowing year after year. Happy holidays from your friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. Well, we get to talk with our friends from Journey Home today. Liz Couser is here, and let's see, the Director of Development and Marketing. Did I get it?
Yes.
Close? Okay. And you brought with you the Director of Operations, Billy Truesdell. Billy, good morning.
Good morning.
Pull that mic up real close there to you. When it gets uncomfortable, it's close enough, I guess. So, Liz, big things. 2025 has been a big year for Journey Home.
Oh, it sure has. It sure has. We have moved into our new building and have got settled in. And starting to expand some programs that we have and add some new programs. Well,
awesome. You'll have to tell me what that's like moving into a new building. Maybe we get to experience that one day. Billy, Director of Operations, for how long?
About 3 months now.
3 months.
Yes, sir.
So did you get to experience the transition?
I did. I've actually been with the Journey Home since about 2020. During COVID, left and went to the VA. God called me home in September of this year and got to be there for the opening of the new building.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
It's awesome.
Yeah. And when you have a vest like that, I mean, my goodness, you're out touting. You know how to do that marketing thing, too.
We do.
So you were here today, Liz, and we're going to kind of share some information about the Journey Home and really what's going on here in Rutherford County. You've got some numbers that I think will be very interesting to our listeners.
Yes, I do. One thing I wanted to just bring people's attention to is the number of families that are experiencing homelessness. And speaking with the school systems in Rutherford and Murfreesboro, there are about 2,800 students experiencing homelessness in the school system. So if you think about that and think about them having siblings who are not enrolled in school and, of course, parents, you can kind of get a feel for what the number of people are that are families in this area.
Yeah. Now, homelessness, that's a different maybe description than the person listening may think. It's not necessarily the person on the side of the street with the sign. Okay, so
that's exactly right. That when people see people on the side of the street, that is what we call, and the U.S. government refers to them the same way as our chronically homeless people. But that is not the full picture on homelessness. We have a lot of families and we have a lot of senior citizens.
Mm-hmm. That's so sad. And the kids in the school system not knowing, where their next meal is going to come from necessarily. And, and there's some funding cuts. We've been talking about it on the air with Atlas and things like that. So got some real critical times coming up. But 2,800 students in the school system. How does this affect people in our community overall?
So, when you think about families, the trauma that the children experience doesn't go away. United Way even recognizes the adverse childhood experiences that children, and they carry that with them their entire lives. So if we can stabilize those families quickly, then they are going to be able to move beyond where they are now, and the children will go on to do great things. If we don't do that, then what we are essentially doing is growing our homeless population, because we're not helping that next generation get over the hump.
Which then, unfortunately, for, let's say, our jail system, sometimes those folks, Billy, are kind of in and out of our penal system, if you will, and it's just kind of a cycle that is hard to break there. But it's a costly one for us taxpayers too.
It is. It's you brought up a good word there. I was thinking while Liz was talking, one of our key goals is to break the cycle. We like to think of ourselves as being a key piece to that. But when you talk about incarceration, our chronically homeless are out there trying to survive, and they often do things that break the law, that end up putting them incarcerated. The impact it has on the jail, on our county jail here in Rutherford County, I believe the number's $64 a day to house an inmate at our jail. I don't recall the total number, the total impact. On people that are incarcerated that list themselves as homeless or list the journey home as their address, the number's quite staggering. I believe the number was like $300,000 a year that it costs county taxpayers.
Wow.
A month.
A month? Wow. So $300,000 a month for those, and unfortunately, we're looking at having to build a new jail because the one we have now, and that's going to be millions upon millions of dollars there.
It is. It's just a vicious cycle, and we're trying to help break that cycle. We're partnering with other agencies, Murfreesboro Police Department, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department, Tennessee Highway Patrol. We're currently working a program with TDOC, supplying them with meals for folks in the reintegration program, reporting to the Day Work Center. We supply them with breakfast and lunch, doing anything we can to help break the cycle.
Well, there's that cycle, and we've got Liz Couser and also Billy Truesdell with the Journey Home joining us today. LoveGodServePeople.org is the website, and kind of build upon this, and whoever wants to talk about that. But we have so many organizations here in our community, and working with all of those in tandem for healthcare, for food, all of those things. I mean, it becomes necessary, and sometimes people just don't know where to go and how to get all of that.
That's right. The Journey Home, and Billy touched on this, we want to provide what people need to stabilize their lives and go on to live sustainably. So that could be our community cafe. We serve 2 meals a day, 7 days a week. And last year we served 55,000 meals. And some other numbers, our wellness clinic, we are working on expanding that right now. It started as a result of COVID with some volunteers who were nurses checking people's temperatures when we had the tents outside of the businesses. And what they saw was a lot of health conditions that could be taken care of in a wellness clinic setting before it landed people in the hospital, in the emergency room, and then stays in the hospital. And as we know, Billy was talking about the taxpayer costs for incarcerating people. This is another taxpayer cost when people are in the hospital, and that happens all the time. And so our wellness clinic, what's exciting about that is Ascension St. Thomas just awarded us a 2-year grant to expand our services in that wellness clinic. So they are a great partner of the Journey Homes and realize the importance of supporting us in the wellness clinic. One of our clients who is diabetic was living outside and had his diabetic he was diabetic and had his medicine, but it was not staying refrigerated. And so even though he was taking his medicine, he was winding up in the hospital at the emergency room almost weekly. And then on top of that, a hospital stay.
Oh, wow.
And we, it was a mystery. Why is this happening? He's got the medicine, and we realized he wasn't refrigerating it. So we had a generous donor come forward, and they are paying his rent, his monthly rent, and he is now in housing. And guess how many times he's been to the emergency room?
I would guess 0.
0.
That's all part of the wraparound services that we're trying to hit every part of every person's life that we touch. Of course, we start with faith, and then we look at the economic stability, the housing, and the health are the key pieces. And if you take away any of those 3 key pieces, you've got a 3-legged stool with 2 legs. And the person falls, and that's the big goal with our new facility, is to all-encompassing. Our health unit, I'd like to kick on this a little bit, if you don't mind, Liz. It's not just the healthcare piece. We also have some great mental health providers that are partnering with us at Volunteer Behavioral Health and other agencies around town, and they're weekly. They're there 2 days a week right now. The VA is also sending over social workers once a week. So we're opening the doors and trying to touch people, just not physically, but mentally as well, because that's a key part of it.
It is. You see that just maybe even walking down the downtown streets, you see that's part of the issue.
I'd like to add too, Bryan, if you don't mind. We just had a great pharmacist here in town that's volunteering his services. It gives us low-cost prescriptions for our clients, delivering them to our facility, so we're not having to spend time to go to the pharmacy to get them, which keeps us away from doing our jobs. And we're able, we talk about incarcerating people. I've seen it myself many times, is folks will go to jail. They'll spend some time there. They'll get on their medications. They'll get healthy. They come out. They're given a week's worth of prescription when they get out. And then after a week, it's gone, and they're right back to where they were. So we're looking at ways to try and defeat that and help with that problem. And you talked about the other nonprofits in town. We have some great community partners that we work with every day. And it's been, having left Rutherford County and come back after several years of being gone, how giving this wonderful community is.
Yeah. It's something that we think about a lot this time of the year, but not here in Rutherford County. I mean, it's every day of every week, it seems. Joining us here from the Journey Home, Liz Couser and Billy Truesdell. I want to go back to the housing component of that, because this time of the year, it's cold. We saw one of the coldest days this last Sunday, and I could not imagine. I was at the Christmas parade for 4 hours, and so I could not imagine having to survive and live in that. I've got my adult kids now. They have moved from being renters to now owning their first home, which is a cool thing. But when they told me how much rent was, I mean, you're talking anywhere $1,600. That's probably on the low end now, even for a duplex was like $2,200 a month.
It's staggering. I'm shocked by rental prices.
I know.
And, that really brings up another one of our clients, Sarah, who was relocated here from Chicago for a job. She was a college grad. She's a college grad, has 2 young children, and the company paid to relocate her. And she wound up, getting her apartment and working, and then the company closed. And so while she was looking for a new job, she experienced eviction and was staying with one of her best friends and one of her sisters with her 2 children, not really knowing what to do. And then she finally landed a new job where she could sustain herself, but then she couldn't get back into housing because she had that eviction on her record. And so she came to the Journey Home, and the Journey Home helped negotiate that and stand by her in an apartment complex, giving her a chance so she could have some permanent housing.
Yeah.
But,
sometimes it just takes a helping hand.
Yes, and people think that homeless people are different. They're not. I would say 40% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and they are all at risk of something like that happening.
I just think, Billy, that it comes down to a misconception of what is homelessness.
Absolutely it does.
I mean, you know,
I had that for a long time.
Yeah, I think we all do, unless you are in it, you know.
Absolutely. At a period in my life, I was living on hay bales, so I kind of understand it. And it's not necessary. No one, and I mean no one, asked to be homeless.
Right.
It's not a choice. We make decisions that lead us there. Liz talked about a word that's very difficult, and it's called help. It's hard, especially as an adult who's had things, to ask for help and receive help.
Especially us men, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm serious.
But through some therapy, I learned that I needed to ask for that.
Understand.
But you brought up a great topic, if you don't mind me jumping on. You talked about these cold nights last Sunday night. Oh, man, was that a brutal one. One of the awesome programs we run at the Journey Home, how I got involved, was through the Coldest Nights program.
Oh, okay.
The Coldest Nights is housed right here at First Baptist Church, right around the corner.
Yeah. And
at St. Paul's Episcopal Church, the women are housed over there. And just to let the community know, we're open any night between November 15th and March 15th that the temperature is 32 degrees or below. Got to be 32 or below, or there's some extremely inclement weather, like some severe rain or a lot of snow coming, hail, things like that, and we're borderline that temperature. We're going to open, get people safe.
Yeah, and that's been community partnership.
Absolutely.
I mean, at its best, really.
First Baptist, St. Paul's Episcopal. We partner with Murfreesboro Coal Patrol to run this and staff this. I'll let you know, Bryan, it cost us about $700 a night to run that place. Last year, I believe the numbers, we were open 35 nights last year. So do the math on that. That's about $25,000, and it cost us several thousand more than that to operate it because all the supplies that go with it. Portion of that's covered by grants, but the rest is through kind donations to this community.
Mm-hmm. And when you say cost, what are some of the things that cost?
We have staff. We actually hire employees at the Journey Home, seasonal staff, to work the required shifts to ensure that we have people there every day that have been trained. They're not case managers. They're, I like to call, quasi-security guards. They're just there to check people in, make sure people are safe, make sure their needs are met, make sure the rules are followed.
I just looked at the clock and it's like, wow, got a minute or so. Who wants to kind of wrap us up here and let us, if there's anything else you wanted to bring up, Liz or Billy?
Well, you know, people always want to know how they can help. And I always say, give your time, talent, or treasure. Your time, we have about 1,000 volunteers that volunteer for the Journey Home annually. And right now we are in the middle of our annual appeal at the year end, and that's our most important fundraising time of the year. And then, you know, or they might have a talent that they can give us. We need skilled volunteers that really know how to do things. You might be a nurse and be able to volunteer in our wellness clinic. You may be an expert at database management or some other thing. And so, you know, all those things are things that we encourage people to get involved with us on.
And if you are just now coming to this area, new to the area, you may not know about Journey Home. LoveGodServePeople.org is the website. You can find out a lot about the work that goes on here at Journey Home. I appreciate you both coming in. I think 2026 is going to be a great year, and we want to continue to offer the airwaves for you to come on and talk about Journey Home anytime.
Well, thank you, and we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Yes.
and it'll be here before we know it. Thanks to our friends from Journey Home today coming in, the Director of Development and Marketing, Liz Couser, here, as well as the Director of Operations, Billy Truesdell. And thank you for listening in here to Rutherford Issues on WGNS. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.